This video features high-end, limited edition collectibles and is intended for adult collectors.
Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving.
Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Sang.
For the first time in a long while, we'll be reviewing another doll from the creators of Mizzy Doll, as well as the very popular and very risque Adonis male doll series. We reviewed the debut releases of that collection, Work Hard and Gym Boy, about a year ago. That video will be linked below if you'd like to check it out. This release, meanwhile, features the flagship character Mizzy herself, a teenage fashion model from Shanghai. Her overall aesthetic may ring quite familiar to Poppy Parker and Barbie Silkstone collectors, and Mizzy Doll definitely appears to target a similar adult demographic. This iteration is called Ready to Go and is part of the Platinum Journey series, which seems to be focused on international travel. That also sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? Something interesting about this brand is that while it seems largely known by the Mizzy Doll moniker, we believe Mizzy is in fact just one of the main lines under the larger parent company JHD Fashion Dolls. The JHD being, we believe, a reference to founder Zhao Huadong. Given this is a smaller business that hasn't archived all of their releases, it's a bit tricky to find detailed information on their history, but this has come to be our understanding so far. If you're an Integrity Toys collector active on Instagram, chances are Mizzy Doll has come across your radar at some point. We know collectors often venture into new brands wondering if the fashions will fit other dolls in their collections, so in this video we'll be giving an in-depth review of Ready to Go Mizzy, as well as having a bit of a general conversation about how her body sculpt compares to those of Integrity Toys, and if she can share clothes with the likes of Poppy Parker or fashion royalty. Is Mizzy worth a buy if you're an IT or Barbie fan? Let's dive in and find out.
Similar to Integrity Toys, Mizzy dolls can be purchased from official dealers who have partnered with the brand. We purchased this one from FabricFriendsAndDolls.com, but similar to IT, the best dealer to use will vary by your location. Ready to Go is priced at $150 US, and at this time of recording, she is sold out at most dealers we've checked. Her edition size is limited to 450 worldwide. Jumping straight into the packaging, the tall box is hot pink and inscribed with metallic gold lettering for the Platinum Journey series. JHD Fashion Doll is written across the very bottom. The back of the box lists products and warning information, stating that the product is intended for ages 14 and up. There seems to be some pretty important information here relating to customer support and exchanges, so we recommend giving it a good read if you're planning on buying a Mizzy doll yourself.
The box is very easy to open by just sliding up the top sleeve, and we can see the doll nestled inside with ribbon and accessory packets, very similar to Integrity. Alright, let's get a closer look at Mizzy freed from her packaging. Ready to Go uses the Mizzy 2.0 sculpt, and truthfully, we had a bit of trouble tracking down clear comparisons to the 1.0 iteration. This particular screening has widely drawn blue eyes with metallic gold eyeshadow and a soft expression definitely reminiscent of Barbie and Poppy Parker. Her lips are a soft peachy pink. Also, just like Integrity Toys, she has hand-applied top lashes and drawn ones at the bottom. Mizzy's golden blonde hair is styled into a large bump ponytail that cascades down her back in voluminous curls. It's quite similar to Outback Walkabout Poppy. There are two additional strands of hair dangling down either side of her forehead. Her earrings are large gold studs that loosely resemble rose shapes.
Mizzy's outfit consists of a multicolored party dress, starting with a robin's egg blue collar decorated in pink and gold beads. The body of the dress is covered in a rainbow spectrum of pastel fringe. There are shades of light blue, lavender, pink, and white, as well as some metallic gold tinsel for extra shine. The dress opens with a small silver button at the collar. Beneath this, she wears white fishnet leggings, which is very delicate, so be careful. Her shoes are strappy blue heels with faux pearled accents at each side. There are openings above the toes, and the shoes open using a small white zipper along the back. You can argue that this Mizzy doll is defined by her statement accessories. The first is a large travel trunk suitcase, covered in an iridescent cushion pattern. You can see glimmers of blue, purple, and silver at different angles in lighting. It is really gorgeous. The trunk is lined in lavender fabric straps topped in silver studs, with metallic gold edge bumpers at each corner. There's a gold handle at the top to match. If you flip open the little gold latches at the handle, you can fully open the trunk and see its spacious interior. The inside is lavender with a almost flocked-like texture. Mizzy also comes with a small clutch purse to perfectly match her trunk, in the exact same iridescent design. It dangles off a gold chain loop and opens up as well.
Mizzy doll also comes with a nice acrylic stand that mirrors IT stands pretty closely as well. You will also see her certificate of authenticity when you first open the box. All right, let's get a closer look at this body sculpt and see how it compares to Integrity Toys. If you're an IT collector, you should be pretty familiar with these articulation points. Mizzy sports about the exact same movement at the head, shoulders, elbows, wrists, thighs, and knees. Unlike the Adonis boys, she does not have ankle joints. There were some issues with her shoes, and I won't be taking them off, but take our word for it, there's no ankle joints. She does also have a bust joint, but it doesn't really allow for any extra movement. In terms of sizing, Mizzy is proportioned extremely similarly to Poppy Parker, although she stands a smidge taller, which makes her even more closely proportioned to the size of the fashion royalty 6.0 body we see on Agnes here. Because Mizzy clothes often feel so tailor-made for Poppy, however, of course, we gotta see how this dress looks on her, and I'd say it fits Poppy extremely well. Overall, it appears as though Mizzy would be able to share many clothes with Poppy and FR dolls, though you may run into some issues with very form-fitting pieces, especially those very reliant on the doll's height or leg length. My suspicion is certain Mizzy pants may be a bit long on Poppy. I didn't bother removing Mizzy's shoes here because her stockings tore and it felt like too delicate of a process to remove them again. As for the overall quality of this body, which has been quite a conversation point among collectors who've discovered this brand, well, for that, let's jump into final thoughts.
With our background in adult collector dolls, beginning with Integrity Toys products, we often, subconsciously or not, tend to use them to compare to other companies' products. But even if that wasn't the case, it is not hard to see that the Mizzy dolls are marketed at the same collectors who collect Integrity Toys dolls. I know it does feel a bit unfair to pit companies against each other and compare their products, but I think it's a good idea to be able to make a sense of what Mizzy dolls are like when you have something to relate them to. A little competition is also great. It keeps companies on their toes and encourages them to release better products to stay relevant. When a company has no competitors and have a monopoly in their field, they set their prices and quality without anyone else challenging them. So when there's competing companies, the consumers are always the real winners in the end. There's a lot of similarities here between the two brands. The most obvious one being the model traveler theme Mizzy shares with IT's Golden Girl, Poppy Parker. Both Mizzy and Poppy products now have relatively the same price point. Look, I understand that JH Fashion Dolls is a newer, smaller company, so the Mizzy dolls have a higher overhead costs and fees associated with producing and distributing them. But I think if I were personally to pick which doll to purchase, if I was on a budget, I would purchase a Poppy doll. Let me explain. I recently saw a few comments from non-IT collectors who said, "Why do all IT dolls look so sad or angry?" It made me laugh because it's kind of true. It's definitely a design choice on IT's part, so if you're in the market for adult collector dolls and are turned off by IT's semi-realistic, sad/angry/annoyed faces, Mizzy dolls might be for you. I think Mizzy dolls are more stylized with larger eyes and softer facial structure, while getting the same high fashion clothing and accessories as IT dolls. So if you are coming from a playline world where cartoon stylizations is common, the Mizzy dolls might be more appealing to you. I think it's a perk that Mizzy dolls have relatively the same proportions as IT's fashion royalty, so you can share the same fashion pieces. But speaking of the Mizzy body, I do not like that the hands are made of rubber while the rest of the body is made of plastic. Please let me know if you think over time that the hands might discolor differently from the rest of the body. I already noticed that the hands have a bluish hue under certain lighting compared to the rest of the body. I can't think of a reason why the hands are made of rubber. The hands are removable, so dressing sleeves through them isn't an issue. It's an interesting design choice. IT has the benefit of being in the business for 26 years, and their high-end fashion dolls have their bodies refined several times over the years, so I'm sure that a revision for the Mizzy's bodies will come one day. I hope that they decide to make the hands the same material as the body in the future, but if you have purchased any of the current Mizzy dolls, would you be willing to purchase a replacement body? We noted in our Adonis review that the Adonis bodies have some flaws to it as well. I think JHD needs to make some refinements to the products before I can make my recommendation. For now, I think I will stick mainly to IT products. I don't mind paying a tad more to get a better product in my opinion, and stick with a company that has refined their products through experience and customer feedback. But I'm definitely keeping my eye on the Mizzy line and look forward to what JHD fashion dolls will come up with in the future.
Sang already went in on these details, so there's not much more I could add. I will say that it seemed JHD, which I used to think was only the Mizzy doll line, used to be an extremely small business, but is clearly slowly getting more established and even has its own conventions. I purchased the Mizzy Morganite Mermaid a while back and have yet to open her, but like Ready to Go, she made clear to me that there are at least some very strong design concepts and aesthetically gorgeous fashions coming from this company. I can only hope that as they continue to grow, they'll take sculpt quality into heavier consideration now that some of their price points are competing directly with the likes of Integrity. Collectors paying $150+ a pop will want their doll bodies to have a bit of weight and sturdiness to them, so things like these flimsy, rubbery hands will definitely need revisiting. I am actually very excited for some of the other dolls coming in the Platinum Journey collection. I have already pre-ordered Para Para Sakura, so if you guys would like us to review that, let us know. Thank you for joining us for this review. Let us know how you feel about Mizzy. If you're an IT collector, how do you think they compare? What are your thoughts? Do you want this brand to truck on and keep competing with IT? Definitely let us know in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. Let us know what you want to see reviewed next, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.